What's up, guys? Publisher journey video of the day. Today was a good day. I actually worked on a new book. The book idea actually came from an event I just came from this week, pretty much this past weekend. It was out of all places in Europe, Barcelona, Spain, and the publishing event was incredible. I mean, no words to explain it. It was by far my favorite event that I've ever been to. From all the book events I've been to a lot of book events, and each has its own pros and cons. There were some that were big, there were some that were smaller. This was like the perfect size. It was just about 25 to 30 people, and I personally prefer those type of size events because then you get to have a more deep conversation with each of the members and even with the teachers, which is kind of rare when you go to events sometimes, because I've been to an event that had 2,000 people and it's almost like impossible to get close to and talk to like the top publishers there, authors, because they're already so busy and bombarded with everyone. But this event was just the perfect size. It was the first event. It was called Driven Publishers Elite, and I joined that program about a month ago, and I wasn't gonna go because it was in Europe. I haven't even been outside the US for a long time. I think a lot of Americans in general, like, they don't travel enough, compared to Europeans. I think that's just my thinking, is because I heard somewhere there, because in Europe you can go from the country to country. It's a lot easier, whatnot. So US, a lot of people are just kind of stuck here, including myself. I mean, I'll go from state to state, but going outside the country was like, it was the first time in a long time, to be honest with you. And as an adult, it was my first time going to Europe. Okay, so I had 2 days extra aside from the event. One full day in Barcelona, Spain. It was in Spain, by the way. And one full day I got to experience Spain a little bit. And oh my goodness, that alone too was an experience. Because I'll be honest with you, I've been stuck in America for such a long time, and it was a combination of the event, and also going to Europe for the first time as an adult, going through the airport, all the hectic things that you need to go through, but you experience it, and then you experience, from transferring airplanes, and that was just a headache at times. It was all a great learning experience at the end of the day, and I feel like a totally new person after the event, honestly, with all those experiences all together. So the publishing event, first of all, was incredible, because not only the teaching, but the perfect size community for the event. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it's gonna be any better than the first one, because usually the first one is smaller, it's a tight-knit group, so you get to have a closer time with the instructors and also the members when you're talking to each other. And it was perfect for me, because the teaching was great, the in-between discussions were awesome, the opportunities to talk to publishers who are generating 7 figures, some younger publishers who started in the game earlier recently, but they're getting better results per month than me. That was an opportunity to see all people from all walks of life with the same goal of continuing to improve, grow, and succeed in life and business. And it just there was an energy about it. You see, I'm so used to working on my publishing business all alone by myself, being a lone ranger for all these years. Yes, I would go to events and maybe I'll buy a training program, but what was different about this program is that they also have live group calls every week, but they also include a live event. So, and when there's an event, and I've been to other events before, but the other events I've been to, I appreciate each and every one of them. But the one reason I really liked the Driven Publishers Elite program and the event was that I finally feel like I found my own people, my own tribe. Before, I would meet people who are authors, maybe they were in fiction only, and majority of the book conferences I went to, the big ones, they're all fiction writers. So we will almost be speaking different language, be speaking a different language to each other, you know, because they will be focused on how to write a story and all that. I would still be able to connect with a lot of them by talking about advertising strategies, and also it's also good to learn from other people in different genres, and you can implement their techniques and strategies and lessons into my own lane, okay, to do things differently. But this was an event where it was just all publishers, man, people like me, you know. Not everyone was nonfiction, but we were publishers, so that was huge for me. Getting people just like me, all in one place, you know, all walks of life, all levels, and that was perfect for me, you know, because all these years I was just doing it by myself. Like I said, I was doing it all by myself, or watching YouTube videos, which I finally realized is not enough. You know, I need to learn from other people who are really doing it, you know, and I need to learn from people in real life. For example, the training was great, the in-between conversations were great, but one surprising example of something that was mind-blowing for me was after the event ended, everyone already left pretty much, and the second to last day, there was this guy who would always be at the lounge with his computer. And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't really talk to him at the event that much. You know, I briefly talked to him and about like, what results are you getting? We shared. And he would be saying, like, and I was talking to him kind of at a basic level. And he was already getting results. But at the event, I didn't really talk to him too much, right? For example. But after the event ended, he was at the lounge and I started kind of talking. And next thing you know, I think we talked for like 2 hours, and him with his computer screen, and we were both helping each other out. He wanted to go into fiction, so I told him about the conferences I knew that I went to that were fiction related, you know, like 20 books to 50K. He showed me his books, I showed him my books, not trying to copy each other, but just to be transparent. And by us sharing each other's books, it's not we're going to copy. It opened our conversation even more, I realized. He gave me pointers that, I'll be honest, I already knew these lessons I need to know, but hearing it from an actual publisher who's getting results in real life, telling me you should do this, A+ content. You should get some reviews at least, using this site or whatnot. How to use this review site. I don't use review sites, but I'm open to them now because all these publishers are doing it, authors and so forth. So I'm like, okay, at least I may not try those review sites, but at least I might try one, or I might definitely do A+ content, you know. And he also gave me pointers on my design. Oh, you know what? You got to use maybe more modern font. And this wasn't not only him, but maybe I showed it to the top instructor as well as some other guys getting results, and they all gave me the similar feedback independently, telling me, hey, maybe you need to update your design cover, okay, or your font. So I never really thought about that. And the last conversation I had with this guy was like the cherry on top of the cake, as they say. It was that made the whole thing worth it for me, because I've been to events and that's great, but this is like the first time I sat one-on-one with the person who's actually publishing, getting results, and we got to really open up and share each other's books and give real life feedback. You know, he was showing his cover, and I was like, you know what, this is what first impression, this is what I see, and you need to go to check out this website to go to this book conference. And he didn't know about it. And similarly, he was giving me feedback on my books. I was showing him my books, my strategy, and he's like, oh, you know what, you should do A+ content, do some reviews. Just that alone would increase your sales 30%. You know, again, I may not apply every single lesson, but I'm definitely open to doing, for my top books, I might try out the top the A+ content, and definitely I want to do A+ content moving forward, because I see other top publishers, newer ones, who know all the new techniques and that I haven't implemented. me without doing all these techniques, I recently learned about this incredible tool called Publisher Champ, that I never use all these years. Seems like everyone else is using it. So I applied to the free trial, and I just got surprised. I connected all my accounts, not just KDP, but like Ingram, Spark, Findaway Voices, all this other stuff, ACX, and it includes everything. And I had an idea that my KDP, my sales royalty is up to 800,000-ish. And I had a thinking that I've definitely made over, an additional 200,000 from other platforms. So I kind of had a sense I already hit that $1 million mark, but I never got to see it. But after the event, I got the Publisher Champ tool, and I connected all the platforms together, and I saw my all-time stats, lifetime. And unbelievable, just this month or last month, either this month or last month, the total sales was crossed over $1 million. Finally. I know it took a long time, but for me, I can be tough on myself because I can compare to other publishers who may get bigger results or they do it faster. But you know what? When you achieve a milestone, you got to be positive and you got to celebrate success. You got to celebrate your personal accomplishments, especially a milestone like hitting $1 million. So that's why I'm reminding myself, I'm going to celebrate this. I'm not going to downplay it. I'm going to celebrate it. And I'm going to be proud of this. Because before this, I actually hit another $1 million before with ClickBank, before publishing. But I was into niches that I wasn't always passionate about. So I know what it feels like when people say they're into a niche they're not really passionate about. And my goal was to get out of that niche to go into niches I could be passionate about. And that's how I built my publishing brand, where it goes into all topics A to Z. And with all topics A to Z, now I have an opportunity to discover incredible, unique, interesting topics, in all categories of life. And I'm passionate about it. And it's making a positive impact, I believe, in all spheres of influences, from all topics A to Z. I published almost 480 plus books, guys. In the beginning, they weren't the best. But I had a genuine intention and heart to make a positive impact. That's all I wanted to do. And little by little, my first books were not my best books. But over time, year after year, I continue to work on my craft, continue to improve my books. And every couple of years or whatnot, every year, I believe I got better at it. I have a lot of books. It's not all about quantity alone. I've learned it's also about quality. Ideally, it's both quality and quantity. So I'm moving forward now. Me being a Lone Ranger, I earned over $1 million with publishing, doing it just like how I did it. But now, moving forward with this training and this community, I truly believe I can do better and faster in a good way to get to the next million and more in the future, So, man, I finally feel like a new person after going to this event and visiting Europe for the first time as an adult. After the event ended, I had one full day. I had breakfast by myself and I went outside the hotel, and there was this somehow in some way, I believe it's from God, I saw a city tour bus. Those tour buses that go around the city and help you explore? Just at the right time, in front of my hotel, there's a stop for a city tour bus. And they had the website. So instantly I Googled it. I looked it up. And I bought a ticket. It cost like 40 pounds. They had a 20 pound option, which I could have got, but I got the 40 pound option. But, and then I went on the trip, the tour bus. And I got to explore Spain. And guys, Spain is different. I don't know how it is. It might be like that all in Europe, I think. Like Spain is different than the US, obviously, but just the energy, the buildings, they're just different, guys. It's like classic buildings. It's not modern buildings, and it's not like just one little area. All the city, you know, it's just full of like these, you know, these classic type of historical looking like buildings. And it's not for like big museums. It's like for people living in apartments too. The apartment looks like very exotic and unique and historical. And there's people walking everywhere. In coffee shops and stores and through the bus ride, I could see it. And guess what? I recorded that. I recorded it, man. Because as a publisher for All Topics from A to Z, I'm going to record every content I can, man. So I'm going to put it on my brand channel and possibly my own channel too, just for experience, to show people Barcelona and Spain. I might do a book on Barcelona and Spain, maybe. Travel tips or travel guide. Who knows? I have some travel guides for other cities, but you know, I did a video about it, showing you Barcelona, Spain. Anyways, just going to the not only the event, but also the conversation I had with this guy who I didn't even talk to the whole event that much in depth. But the last day, I ended up talking to him for like 2 hours, and we gave each other like very in-depth feedback that you don't really get to share too much, because a lot of times, even at events, you may talk to someone, but most people don't want to share the niche or book. But what I found out from this experience is that, man, it's even better when you share your books to each other. You know, it's not like I'm going to copy you, and it's not like they're going to copy me, because a lot of times we have different like visions of how we want to build our publishing brand. They may want to do some kind of low content, no content type of books. I'll do how-to books. So not everyone's the same, you know. But I also learned just opening up and sharing your own books, obviously privately to each other, you know, about the books, as long as you're going to help each other out, win-win. That helps you even learn and grow even more. So that was an experience I had which was phenomenal, that I'm looking forward to doing more in the future, next time in the future, if I have the opportunity. Not just to have superficial conversation, but in depth. Like, be willing to share. Hey, let me show you my book. You show me your book or your brand, and we can help each other out even more in depth, you know? So yeah, that was a really good experience. And on top of that, I had one free day just exploring the city. I like to do that when I go to events. You know, I want to at least have one full day just going out. And I love these tour buses, because to be honest with you, I'm not the best in terms of like taking a subway. I think I'm going to get lost in most cities or countries, because I'm from California. We're in our cars all the time, you know, and I'm not really comfortable going around, you know, in some other continent or country for the first time trying to take a subway. Okay. Even my own country in Korea, you know, I should be, but that's why I like these tour guide buses. So I've been to one in New York. When I visited New York, I tried one in Miami. I tried another one in Chicago. They were every time I go to these events, any event, I like to take one full day and go to these bus tours. And I wasn't even thinking about it, but I think from God, like that, the next day, I wake up, in front of me, there's a tour guide bus. Incredible. It was called like City World Tour Barcelona. They have for different cities anyway. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that experience, just exploring Barcelona. Barcelona is huge. I thought it was small, but no, it's huge. It's like all aspects of Barcelona. I saw the dock, big ships. I saw the mall. I saw the how the buildings are done. I saw the big cities. I saw these little apartments. I saw nature. I saw everything, man. That was a whole new experience in itself. That made me like, wow. I was like, wow. This place is like being so used to just being in the U.S. for such a long time, and finally coming to going across the continent, experiencing Europe a little bit. That was an eye-opening experience for me. Not just business-wise, but personally myself. Like, and after coming to this event, I feel like a totally new person. I feel more confident in myself that I could go travel now. I had little fears about traveling. Oh, what if this happens? What if I can't transfer? What if I miss the flight? Sometimes fears, are things that are evident that are not real, as they say, right? And I experienced that, but I overcame them. I had some hectic situations at the airport. I stopped by Italy, Rome. That was another experience. And I almost thought I was going to miss my flight. But I got my way situated, So, but after all things done, everything was good. I overcame all the hardships. I got to experience traveling to Europe. And that was beautiful, man. And the event was amazing. And on top of that, I got to have great conversations, really in depth, about taking my business in the next level that are practical. And I'm already applying it. I'm already talking to my designers. Today I worked on my new book that I discovered a niche from, using a niche tool that I didn't even know how to use all this time. I'm an everyday guy, so I did it everyday style. But now moving forward, I'm going to be smarter, more optimized, use tools, and I'm going to be smarter. So I'm going to earn my next mill better and faster, I believe. And just do it the right way, Stop trying to do it all alone by myself like I did in the past. And man, it was a beautiful experience. So that's all I got to say right now, man. I really feel good. And if you have an opportunity to go to events, I'm telling you, go. And my thing is just go. I know for me, I was thinking it's going to cost a lot. The airplane ride was long, like 12 hours in one flight, 2 hours another. I got to transfer. It's worth it. Stop thinking about the cost. Think about what you're going to gain, not only in business, but in life. And you only live once. So that's what I'm starting to do. Thanks for watching. I'm continuing to learn. I appreciate you. And if you want to learn about publishing or whatnot, click the link below the video. Check out my resources. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon, all right? Take care. Bye for now. Cheers.